Nice.
Yeah, on the scrapbook thing.
Nice.
Cool.
Cool. So with YouNow, you might have to get in a little close when we go in on the camera. You know.
Oh, we're not using that camera.
We are.
And
that's going to be
you
Hamilton.
just want me closer to you.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on a minute. We'll do it this way. How's this?
Cool.
Hey, kids.
Yep.
And then this, like this.
Yep.
There you go. We're good. We can do this. All right.
All right. Let me load up YouTube Live as well.
Right. And then I'll read the poem.
Nice.
And then we'll talk about Alzheimer's too.
Mm-hmm.
Some good info about that.
Oh yeah. Good minute. Yeah. Oh, I can't record video. What's up with that?
And can you share it on my wall, or should I do it, Ruben? I guess I could do it.
I have to log into Facebook.
Oh, okay. Okay, darling.
Second, I'll just make sure the title's there.
That's fine.
Broadcast.
Hey, hey, hey. Hi, Ruben. Hi, darling.
Oh, boy, it's I was out in that cold weather for 3 hours.
Cold weather's no joke, man.
We're filming the movie.
Yeah?
Yeah. Today we did our first scenes outside.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
On the farm.
Wow.
On a Christmas tree farm. I felt bad for the kids. You know, we're only going to be for 3 hours.
Are we on Facebook yet or no?
Not yet.
That's okay. So listen, are we supposed to get like freezing rain tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah.
So I'm staying in all day.
But the thing is, the temperature is going to go up to 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Heat wave.
Oh, so that means I won't have to worry about slipping?
You should.
Because it's 31.
Yeah, the thing is, it may.
I'm going to stay in only because of this knee thing.
Yeah, it's gonna, I think this is start like 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Really?
So I'm going to drive in the morning. And then at that point.
I was scared to come tonight, but guess what happened?
Tomorrow's show.
John Brecka decides to walk out just in time as I'm getting out of my car, and I held on to him the whole time. I was like, oh my gosh, you're my angel.
Nice. I didn't know you were coming today. So
No, I know. I said, I'm going to do this.
See, Jerry, we work a little hard. We might be able to get the bottom floor.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working on. It's 3 times the space.
You mean I'm without the Indian
Sterile.
restaurant smelling?
Well, we'll be next door to it.
All right.
So,
All right. But that
but
would
there'll
be
be a
cool.
wall.
That would be cool. If I hit the lottery, then me and Vince will have our own room.
Oh, yeah.
And no one goes
Actually, I
in there
didn't
but us.
realize I didn't know the Powerball was like $1 billion.
Oh, yeah. It's up to almost 6
Now?
Yeah.
No, somebody won it.
Somebody. Oh, it's right. No, it was
$571 million.
new.
One person?
Yeah, I didn't even know.
No, it was 2 people, I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
needed it.
I said if I would have known them,
I didn't play
myself.
it. Yeah.
I played, but
I said,
wasn't my time yet.
yeah, that's how I look at it, right?
Yeah.
Listen, that's how I feel about it.
When
So,
it's my time, it's my time. You know,
Right.
I always tell God when I do
That's
win,
right.
you can trust me with the money because
That's
I
right.
know what to
Oh,
do.
that's right, baby. Me
Yeah.
too.
You know that's ironic that there's people that you can trust with the money and they'll do right with it, but there's people that get the money and do wrong with it and then they lose it all.
Oh yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Let me know when we're on Facebook.
All right, let me see. I got that title. Oh, I got a title.
Freedom Radio, you know, his thing, and then under it put what did I tell you? Exposing the truth. A capital X and a dash, and then posing, all caps, and then DA, the truth, just to make it cool. I'm an artist. I like to do things, you know, the art way.
Okay, hold on. All right, it said instead of the E, just X and posing.
A capital X dash, and then posing, and then DA truth. Duh. Truth, all caps. And it'll be on Vince's wall, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to go on his, and then I'll share it.
All right, we're ready. We're going to start. Vincent, do I do your intro music, or you have it?
Victor Wooten, what did he say?
What did it say?
Yeah, you can use it from YouTube.
I'm not good at all this technical stuff. I wish I was. Look at you with all these 3 different things. This is so great.
Permanent track.
Can we get some levels? I'm
Oh yeah, no, I don't have you guys on.
okay.
Give me 1 second.
So cool.
Yeah, no, that's the one. It said
Victor Wooten. Yeah.
W-O-T-E-N.
Wooten. Yeah.
And what was the name of the song?
What did he say?
What did he say?
Yep.
What did he say?
What? There it is. Okay. Give me a second. Find something that's.
Got a song?
Huh?
We have any levels?
Oh yeah, hold on.
Oh, you just testing me. Okay. Cool.
Give me a second.
All right. No.
I know we're looking.
That's cool.
We're on Facebook right now. We're on?
Here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
We're on?
Test yours. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Okay, now I'll share it on mine. Thank you, babe.
Yep. All right. We're ready when you are.
Okay, here we go. Recording. On live on the radio. Go. Victor Wooten. That's the broadcast. Live.
Welcome. Good evening. This is your one and only host, Vincent E. Scott, on the Freedom Truth Radio Show. Freedom Truth Radio is live tonight. This is Sunday, January 7th, 2018. Can you believe it?
Wow.
2017 is gone already.
Crazy, right?
2018. This is the Freedom Truth Radio Show where the truth will make you mad first, then make you free. We are glad to be doing our first show in the new year. I'm glad to be back after the holidays. I'm glad the holidays are over. Now it's time to get down to the grind. And for those of you who know me, know I don't really follow the Gregorian calendar because this is really the new year. This is the Janus month, as they like to call it. This is the real new year is around springtime. You know, if you want to go by the real moon cycle.
Oh.
But, this is the system we operate on. So, we subscribe to that because that's how most of us get paid. Whatever.
Okay.
It's January. Happy New Year to those of you who celebrate this time of year. It's good to be back. And for most of you, during this time of year, most people are committing to New Year's resolutions, starting a new diet, committing themselves to being a better person, whatever it may be, whether it's managing their finances better, being a better person with their character, lying less, being more truthful, having more integrity, eating less junk, whatever, procrastinating less, whatever it is that you have a vice with. Most people are committing themselves to trying to improve during this time of year. So, with those things in mind, we thought it necessary to bring some enlightenment to the industry that causes the most turmoil and havoc in people's lives, and that is the food industry, along with the pharmaceutical industry. We're going to talk about that today. We actually talked about it a week ago with my friend here, Jerry Petito.
Hey, everybody.
This is my lovely co-host for tonight, and she actually had me on her show, and we talked about the same subject matter. And unfortunately, our show was eliminated. But, it's okay. We got to put the word out there anyway. And we're going to do it again. And that's why we're here.
That's right.
So we are broadcasting live on Facebook, also broadcasting live on YouNow and on YouTube. So you can catch us on any of those social medias. We are broadcasting live from HamiltonRadio.net. So if you're not connected to any of those social medias, you can also go to that site and catch our show live there, and also download the app, HamiltonRadio.net app, and go to channel 3 and catch our show live. We're on there now. So all those things in mind, we're going to talk about the food industry. Now, most of you that are trying to subscribe to a new diet or new eating lifestyle, I would recommend that you educate yourselves on food and food content, because what you think is a diet or changing your lifestyle about food, most of the times, the knowledge that you have has been commercialized, and they're going to tell you to go get this pill or go get this supplement or eat this diet processed food product, and it's really not a healthy choice. It's not going to do anything that's going to help your overall dietary change in life, because most of the products that are manufactured are manufactured by publicly traded companies that get kickbacks from the pharmaceutical industry, and they're made to keep you fat. They're made to keep you addicted to food. And most of you don't know that, what's the biggest one of the biggest ploys that people have. And they go out and they get a big cheeseburger and fries and extra onions and mayonnaise on it, and they turn around and say, give me a diet soda. Might as well have the regular soda. Your point, it's useless. Your whole effort there was just completely futile. If you're going to sit there and eat a greasy hamburger and french fries with extra mayonnaise and all that good stuff on it, and turn around and get a diet soda, you're doing yourself a disservice if you think you're cutting calories. First of all, soda is full of empty calories. It's no good for you. It's just straight sugar. And believe it or not, what most of you don't know is that aspartame, any type of sugar substitute, is 200 times sweeter than regular sugar. So you're not helping yourself by using any diet sugar products or sugar substitutes. Splenda, the thing you guys are saying, oh, Splenda is good. It's made from sugar, so it's Splenda is one molecule away from plastic, and you put that in your coffee. Then it's not good for you. As well as NutraSweet or Equal, any of those. Sweet and Low.
That's right.
What's the old one they had back in the 70s? Saccharin. Remember that? Used to be in the soda called Tab.
Oh, yes.
Remember
I totally
Tab?
forgot about it. Yes,
Yeah.
Tab.
Saccharin, you might as well just give it.
Right? Tab?
I hope not.
Oh, my God.
That stuff was absolutely horrendous.
Yes.
The taste of it was horrible. I mean,
wow, I forgot all about that.
saccharin, you might as well just give yourself cancer with a needle.
That's
It's
right.
like,
That's right.
But all those sugar substitutes, all those, if they
Poison.
say low calorie, low fat, uh, any of those things, light, any of those marketing terms, they're used to make you think that you're getting something less than what you. So you think about it. If they call it light, low cal, low fat diet, anything like that, they're taking out something that is part of the real substance and putting in a chemical substitute to make up for what's not there. So your body is actually ingesting more chemicals than it would be if you're not eating a natural product. The biggest thing they tell you when you go to the grocery store, the safest section in the grocery store
Yep.
is the outer
Outside.
perimeter. Everything inside in the aisles is no good because it's all processed. The outer perimeters are, you have your produce, you have your fruit and vegetables, of course, that's part of the produce section. You have your meats, your seafood, and you have your, well, this is not necessarily a good section, but it's less processed than the stuff that's in a box. Your dairy section, you know, that's a whole other story.
Right.
We'll get into that in a few minutes. However, everything that's in the boxes and the packages, the longer the shelf life, the shorter your life. If it has an expiration date of 2 years from now, it's probably taken 2 years off of your life. Not good. All those things have chemical processing, longer shelf life. And so that's not natural. If you look on YouTube, they did a study with fast food. They took, have you seen that one? They took the McDonald's or fast food burger.
Yes.
You saw that?
Yes.
Yeah. And put it in
That's
a
right.
glass case or whatever. And they took a naturally made burger with natural cut fries from a local diner
That's right.
that they make by hand and put that in the glass case. And they let it sit there for like a week. After a week, the one from the diner, which was made with real ingredients, was like moving almost. The one from McDonald's
Looked the same.
looked exactly
the same.
You know what? The extreme part of this study is that they took this all the way up to like a month or two. Do you not know that the McDonald's burger and fries still look the same as when they started? That's pretty sad.
That's pretty horrible.
That's horrible. That's matter of fact, it's terrifying.
It's terrifying.
And needless to say, the one from the diner, it probably had like worms and maggots growing out of it. That's what natural food should do. If it goes bad over time, it should do that. If it's not doing that, imagine the way it's sitting in your body.
Good point.
Yeah, it's sitting in your body for that long, so it's just probably sitting there the same way you digested it. It hasn't digested it.
You know why?
Yeah.
Because that's a visual that people can see
Absolutely.
and understand
Yes.
that.
Yes, they can see that.
That's right.
And that's something they could reference.
That's right.
And the sad part about it, your body is not digesting anything foreign.
That's right.
They talked about, I learned this from a holistic doctor named Dr. Africa. He says when you eat fried foods, the body is trying to distinguish how to, and it's just namely take fried potato.
Okay.
Okay. A potato is what we consider a water vegetable.
Okay.
Because it has water content. When you fry that, the body doesn't know whether to process the water or the oil.
That's right.
First. So what it does, processes the fat, or actually processes the water from the potato first, and the fat gets stored in your system, and that's how it creates obesity, because the fat is just getting stored in your body. It's not getting digested. So the body doesn't know what to do. It only processes one or the other. And the other flip side to that, when you eat a dry fried item, such as like a potato chip or a Dorito or something like that, since it's dried and it's no longer carrying the water content, the frying process, when you eat that, the body knows that it's supposed to have water in it. So what it does is it takes water from your organs to try to break down that foreign substance.
That's absolutely 100%
You know
correct.
that? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So my co-host here has
The
a
damage.
ton of information,
The
and I
damage.
want her to get into some things about the food industry because I can go on all night about this.
I want to read the poem first that I read.
Please.
That I wrote
Yeah.
for you.
Okay. Just by the way, my co-host Jerry Petito here, excellent poet. She writes poems. You give her any subject matter, and she writes poetry based on whatever. This is a God-given gift. This is amazing how
gift.
she gets words and puts them together based on any subject matter. And she has a poem based on what we're talking about tonight, and I want her to read it.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jerry Petito from The Jerry Petito Show on Tuesday nights, and he was an amazing co-host for me last week. Unfortunately, our show got canned. We were exposing too much
That's what
truth.
the parasitic elite do.
Okay, so I wrote a poem called Exposing the Truth. I'm here to expose all the lies you've been told. From your food source to addiction, let the truth now unfold. Big Pharma is huge, with corporate America in front. Even schools are paid off, drugging children each month. The food pyramid's a joke. GMOs are in charge. Allergy tables in schools are keeping this crap at large. Vaccines are the culprit at poisoning our kids. Doctors make a living from the highest of bids. Even donations are not even true. 10 cents on your dollar is given by you. Susan G. Komen, to me, is the worst, taking money for cancer while she's causing it first. Her sponsors do pay her to steal all from you. Kentucky Fried Chicken causes cancer, it's true. Doctors and lawyers are all in cahoots. Even religion distorted our truths. Even AA is not what it seems. Its job is to lie and crush all your dreams. Information is destroyed by our media in every way. You'll never hear the truth. You're lied to every day. Even psychiatrists are paid to destroy. Mind-altering drugs are part of their ploy. The government is evil. They've taken God out. They needed a way to instill us with doubt. How about our banks? Is our money secure? Don't worry about economy. They'll see to it we're poor. When alcohol is legal but marijuana is not, we know we are dying. It's part of their plot. Insurance companies don't help. They're not on our side. They're taking our money and us for a ride. The goals of our leaders are not for the team. They're strictly for profit. This is their big scheme. If killing the people and keeping us sick is their way to riches, they'll bite, scratch, and kick. If you won't believe this, then you need a smack. Just open your eyes because you're under attack. That's for you.
That's amazing.
That's for you.
Yeah.
So what I want to say is this, that people out there, even when I tell people the truth, Vince, and I don't know if you've experienced this or not, but even when I tell people the truth, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes they respond to me in such a ridiculous way. It's almost like they want to just keep their eyes closed and they just don't know the truth because it's easier for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah. Well, they don't have to have any accountability.
They have no accountability. They'll say things to me like, oh, I don't know if I believe that. That's okay. But they don't want to believe the facts. We're not giving you guys our opinions.
No.
We're giving you guys facts.
Research.
So research what we have.
Absolutely.
If we sat here and said, well, I think, but we're not doing that. Not one thing that we're saying tonight is a lie. It's all fact.
You can go look it up for yourself.
That's right. It's all fact.
Honestly. And the thing is, you have to understand the big players, the ones that control everything, they're not your friend. They're not here to make you happy. They're here to control you. So anything that they can do as far as putting chemicals in the food, putting things in our drinks, putting things in our vaccines for children, it's all about control. They don't want to. They want us to be empowered. Because if we're empowered, we can overthrow them. Come on.
They don't want us to be empowered at all.
No.
We are all being played, people. I don't know if you can see this or not, but we are pawns. In the scheme of things, we are
smallest
pawns.
one on the chessboard.
Okay? I want to read something that you actually posted that I thought was great.
Okay.
I took it off of your thing.
Right.
Doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, psychiatrists destroy minds, scientists destroy truth. Major media destroys information, religions destroy spirituality, and government destroys freedom. Michael Elner said that, and you posted this, and I thought this was brilliant.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I do want to touch base on, and then you can respond to this, because everyone out there needs to know two things. Well, three things that are major that's happening today with our kids. And to me, they're our future, right? So these kids really are in trouble. These kids are in such trouble. I want to show you guys a couple pictures because we can see it here.
Yeah,
this is
post
great.
it close, they can see it.
All right. I was born in 1961. I have a chart from 1962 to almost present.
Right.
So a year after I was born, only 3 vaccines were given. Only 3. So that means I think I got 1 or 2. Okay. By 2016, the list is endless. Endless.
Look at this. I'm going to post this up close.
Yeah.
Because if you can see there close.
Yeah.
You can see the difference. Look at this. This is 1962. 3 vaccines. Here, it's about 40 vaccines. And if you people that are listening, now I get this argument all the time because I posted something about a couple weeks ago.
Okay. And as you're talking about that, show this photo.
Oh yeah,
this is what your child.
This is what it looks like when your child's getting vaccines.
Okay.
See, all those.
That's right.
And I posted something a couple weeks ago that says, how is it that you think vaccines are protecting your children when the ones who have the vaccines, if they're vaccinated, why are you worried about the ones who are not getting vaccinated?
That's right. Why are they worried?
Yeah, why are they worried?
I want to tell them something that's going on in the school system. And I didn't even know this, guys, until recently. And when I found this out, this made me sick because my grandson will be 17. He's in high school and he's never been vaccinated. And my granddaughter is 2.5 and she's never been vaccinated, but it's getting tougher and tougher. Okay. I found out that schools are making big money on ADD and ADHD meds. And do you want to know what they're doing? Big Pharma is paying off the school systems that need money. They're giving them kickbacks to get your children on these meds. So if your child is a normal child and happy and active and all that, they'll get in touch with the parent and say that the child is causing problems in school, and they make them put them on these meds, knowing the child doesn't need it.
Namely, Adderall and Ritalin.
That's right. And then the school gets money for it.
Yes.
Also, your flu shot. I'm going to just tell you what's in your flu shot. Because no one should ever get a flu shot.
Please stay away from the flu shot.
Okay. Mercury, antifreeze, phenol, animal blood, animal viruses, formaldehyde, and that's just part of the list. But really what I wanted to touch base on is all this to let you know that we are destroying our children. And I don't know how to say this without offending parents, because I'm really not trying to offend you, especially if you don't know.
Of course not.
But if you're a parent, it's your job to keep your children safe.
That's right.
I'm here to tell you, do some research on what we're saying, because what we're saying is absolutely true.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I want to touch base on one more thing, and then you take the floor.
Please touch base on that.
Yeah. My dad passed away in July. He had Alzheimer's, and I never really knew the depths of Alzheimer's because I've studied so much, Vince, over the last 25 years, healthcare and traveling all over the world. And it's been an amazing journey for me, but I feel so sad because I couldn't help my own father because I didn't know anything about Alzheimer's, because we grew up being told there's no cure and no one knows anything about it.
Right.
That's a lie. So I'm going to tell you what I've learned about Alzheimer's. Okay. There is a 99% link between diabetes and Alzheimer's. And there are doctors that know this but will not tell you this.
Wow.
Alzheimer's is really, truly diabetes of the brain. Okay?
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yes, Alzheimer's is diabetes of the brain. I'm going to tell you.
Diabetes of the brain.
That's right. And I'm going to tell you why.
Walk slow with that. Wow.
Okay. And the only reason I know all this is because I did everything in my power over the last 7-8 years to try to help my father, and it was too late. My father did have diabetes. He shot insulin for about 15 years.
Okay.
And about 16 or 17 years ago, he went into an insulin coma. And when I brought him my good friend, Dr. Joel Furman, who's written books and
Yes,
everything.
I know about Dr. Furman.
My dad
talks
is in
about
one of
plant-based
his books.
diets.
Yes, my dad is in Dr. Joel Furman book, Eat to Live, Gerardo Petito. He got my dad off of insulin, shooting it for over 15 years within 2 weeks just from diet. That's the truth. So,
wow.
But what we didn't know back then, what we didn't know was it was already too late. All right, and this is why. I was studying the brain through all this as well, and I was really trying to help my father. And what I learned was horrendous, that your brain cells start to die and deteriorate and close up.
Yes.
Okay? Vitamin Bs are supposed to be to help the brain, B for
Yes.
brain. Okay?
Right.
Don't even waste your money, guys.
No.
Okay.
That is a waste of money.
Okay. Don't even waste your money. So here's what's happening now.
Mm-hmm.
When your brain cells start to deteriorate and die and shrivel up, they can't accept the vitamin Bs. The vitamin Bs can't even go into it to fix it.
Wow.
Do you know what causes this to happen to our brain? Like when people say, oh, we're getting old and we're forgetting things, it's not normal. Do you know what causes it? All the chemicals and everything in our air and our food, right? Everything that's going on. Do you know what the number one cause is?
Sugar.
Insulin. So the drug, because I was determined to find out if it was diabetes that was causing the Alzheimer's or the drug. It was the drug. So insulin is what causes Alzheimer's. And they know this.
Wow.
They know this. Go ahead.
Hey, I just want to this is Ruben.
Oh, yeah, I can't hear you.
You might want to turn your mic on.
Now we can hear you, baby. Hi, Ruben.
I've been up since 9 outside.
Yeah, cool.
My brain is on ice this week.
Oh.
I just want to say, I agree with you guys wholeheartedly because when we were younger, back in the 80s, I know we had to get vaccinated. It probably wasn't as severe as now. It was just like one little tiny shot. It's probably had the same thing in there. But I think I haven't taken the flu shot or any type of
Good.
Since,
Better off.
96.
Okay.
Good.
Because when you're a kid or younger, it's your parents.
Right.
You just follow that behavior, right? Right.
But nowadays they give you a shot for every little thing.
Oh yeah.
Not just that. You know what? Wait, Ruben. Before I forget, do you know what I forgot to say? When I was born, right, 1961, when they gave me my 2 shots, I think it was just 2 because it says on the chart in 1962 there were 3.
Yeah.
All that was in that shot was that
vaccine.
thing. That's it. 1.
Oh yeah.
Today, in one vaccine, there could be 20 different things they're putting into that baby.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And,
yes.
When I was growing up, maybe you guys noticed too. What is whooping cough?
Oh yeah, I remember whooping cough back in the day. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember that because I was young. And
that was now when I was growing up, they gave a vaccine for that. It was whooping cough, polio.
Yeah, I remember polio.
Measles, mumps, and chickenpox.
And rubella, right?
And rubella, yeah.
When you were growing up, not me.
No, rubella actually came later.
Because I had the mumps as a child, so I didn't get the shot. Not me.
No, I
don't think so.
No.
Or
polio.
For him,
that was the crippling disease.
Yeah.
The whooping cough was that hard bronchial deep cough that it came along with some other side effects. I forget all what, but they gave a vaccine for that.
Well, you know what? I thought about that stuff, and if it's bronchiolio, you would think, you would just stay away from dairy products.
Well,
yeah.
But people don't really know or want to believe it.
Right.
Yeah. Well, see.
Do you realize the 3 of us are vegans? Mm-hmm. We're in a room right now. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Very rarely am I in a room with just all vegans. I love it.
Yeah, it's great.
I like to visit a couple of vegan restaurants across the country.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I would love to do that. You know what we got to do? We got to do
road trip. Vegan road trip.
You know what we got to do? Atlantic City has a vegan food fest coming in the spring.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll tag you in it on Facebook. Yeah. I'll tag you.
Because I want to tell you, I've been
that's cool.
But I don't care if anybody says I still consider myself vegan.
Yeah.
Because if I had one slice of pizza,
Oh, I get it. I agree. We live, I do, a 90% vegan lifestyle anymore.
Right.
I was 100% until I turned 50.
Okay.
And I'm 90% vegan now.
What's
and,
the 10%?
Okay, the 10% is for my birthday, for Easter, and for Christmas. My boyfriend passed away 2 weeks before his 50th birthday. We grew up together.
Okay.
And he passed away 7 years ago. So right in November, I was turning 50 in March. When that happened,
Got it.
and he was in shape, and he became a vegetarian. And when that happened, he died of an aneurysm. I said, I've done so much good for my body at that point for the last 19 years. At that point,
right.
I said, if I want a cannoli on my birthday or for Christmas
Have at
or
it.
for Easter.
There you go.
But I still have the baby one because my body doesn't do well with dairy. Okay, caller.
Good. Okay, we got a caller? Yep. Who's that? Okay. Who's that calling in?
First of all, it's your cousin. It's your cousin.
My man, he finally got through. Everybody, this is my cousin, the great Oladeli Ngozi. He has a nationwide syndicated radio show on TalkShoe, and let me tell you, this guy is one of the hardest working internet radio hosts that I know. He's taught me a lot, so it's great to have him on. Talk to me, man. What's going on?
Well, first of all, give honor to your mother and father working to the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, to the one that is all in all, who all is all.
There you go.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
And I'm loving the vibe. See, his situation is the pharmaceuticals. And when you become part of, how can I say, the no population, you know better.
Yeah, there you go.
I love you.
You have to exercise. And these things are just not going.
I'll tag you in a couple of these shows.
For some folks, it's harder than others.
That's right.
But I do believe that if you have someone who can, is in your circle that can help you, know that I saw a great post, and I believe it was you, bro. I think that it was a bunch of vegetables, in the refrigerator. There was a bunch of pills on one side.
Yeah. Yep.
I love
That's
that.
it.
I definitely take the best. I mean, look at something that you both know.
Mm-hmm.
That if you have fluoride water, how do you get fluoride out of it? Well, you put sweet basil.
That's it.
And that is it.
That's right.
Sweet basil. That now you have a detoxified water.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to alkalize the water, put
a key line. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. You have alkaline water.
That's right.
Non-fluoride water. There's ways to survive.
There are ways, and without having to buy that $4,000 machine.
So I'm just so happy to finally get to this wonderful show. All folks out there listening, this is my cousin.
Oh.
He's an awesome human being.
Thank you, bro.
You don't need radio to be an awesome human being. He just happens to be a radio host.
Yeah.
So it'll do everyone well to listen to this man because he has a big heart and he really wants to help people. Understand that. This man really wants to help people.
Sure do.
Yep. Give them nutrients. Right now, I'm going to let y'all guys know, but we deal with
not yet.
mental and physical genocide.
Do not hang up yet. I have to say something to you.
Yeah.
I just need you to know this, that I was home with an injury and I never even knew your cousin or met him or even knew he had a show at that point. And I was stalking Facebook, our shows on Hamilton Radio, and I saw his show and I was tuning in. Within 5 minutes, I fell in love with his show. I said, this guy is amazing. He's got an amazing heart. I could tell in his eyes. And you know what? You calling in just confirmed all that. Thank you so much.
And I thank you for just being alive to be able to hear. I mean, I always say that waking up, you want 50% of the battle in your life. Because death will change your plans. Whatever you thought you were going to do.
Yep.
Done. In this world. So,
that's right.
And I know how Vince is. I'm not here to toot my horn. I'm here to support my dog Bailey.
Hi, Bailey.
Hey, Bailey.
I'm definitely here to support you. And that's all. So, people know me. It's not here. I'm not here to promote anything but my cousin.
I'm going to connect with you on Facebook.
Freedom Truth Radio. That's all you need to know from me.
Love it.
You got to
Good night. I love it.
Hey, all right, man. Thanks a lot for calling in.
Hey, man, love you.
Love you too, man. You got it.
That's so great.
Hey, I just want to give a shout out to a couple of people that's in the chat room. I see. Well, of course, I'm gonna shout out my wife. She's on there. That's my #1 fan and biggest supporter. I love her because she's there, and when nobody else is.
Hello.
And
Hi to you.
that's my queen, Miss Katina Scott. That's the queen of my heart right there.
There you go.
And a couple other people I just saw that just joined. This is man is definitely an inspiration to me. He's a minister. His name is Prophet Kevin Powell, and the reason why he's such an inspiration to me is because this man lives a life of fasting. Like he really
That's what I do.
he consecrates himself like constantly, and one of the things that really touched my heart about him is that he's so ingrained into fasting that he will go up to Blue Mountain retreat and stay there for like 10 to 15 days and drink nothing but water and just consecrate himself. That is a life of dedication. I mean, not everybody has that discipline. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Prophet Powell, but I believe that you fast every day until 3 o'clock. And you don't eat anything prior to that. Now that is another discipline that I'm actually learning to get into myself. When a lot of the vegan community is embracing that, and they call it intermittent fasting, where they only eat for between 2 to 6 hours per day, but the rest of the day they fast between 22 or at least 18 to 22 hours per day. So they're giving their body all this time to assimilate the food. And see, and the reason why I'm talking about this, because I'm going to segue into something else, and I'm going to talk about food habits. We've been given this whole lie, and I want you.
I'm busting at the seams.
I know you are, because I want you to touch on the food pyramid next. Okay, we've been given this lie that it takes 5 hours to digest food. That's a lie. Okay. If you have eaten something, the whole thing, the notion of, this is America too. No other country does this except, fat behind America. They call it the standard American diet. I call it the sad American diet. Okay. Because America says that you have to have 3 square meals a day. You have to have breakfast. You have to have lunch. You have to have dinner.
It's a lie.
It's a lie. Because first of all, breakfast does not mean bacon, eggs, potatoes, toast, biscuits, grits, whatever. Breakfast, if you look at the word, it simply means break fast. It just means the first meal of the day after you fasted all night or for a period of time.
Oh my gosh.
Break fast. That's all it means.
That's all it means.
That's all it means. And, lunch. Okay, they came up with lunch. You got to have a meal. But most of us, okay, just the standard working class individual. Okay, if you have a regular 9-to-5 job, most of the times I can almost bet money that your daily routine is you get up maybe 6 o'clock in the morning, whatever, 7 o'clock, you get your kids off school, you get ready for work. If you do exercise, you may go to the gym for an hour. You come back, you eat a breakfast, you go to, after you've exercised, you go to Dunkin' Donuts, you get a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich with a coffee filled with sugar and cream.
That's right.
And you take that and you say, I have my breakfast, I go to work. And most of the time, you're not an hour at work before you're talking to your coworkers about, what are we going to order for lunch today? Especially if you work for the state. I know, because I used to work for the state. That's all they do is save a whole bunch of menus and eat all day. That's why they're irritable when they deal with you. State workers. Sorry, people that work for the government. I love you, but I know y'all got bad attitudes. Anyway, most of the time, they have that breakfast, and most of the time they go to work, there's probably donuts and bagels sitting on the table when they arrive. So after they've had the bacon, egg, and cheese from Dunkin' Donuts on their way to work, they said, oh, well, there's Danishes and donuts and bagels here. I might as well grab something to take to my desk just in case I get hungry. You just ate. You didn't eliminate the first thing you had. So now you got a sub-breakfast sitting on top of the breakfast that you already ate. And then you're planning for 12 o'clock lunch, which you're probably going to either order a pizza or, oh, I'm sorry, for those of you who are trying to be more health conscious, you'll get the big Caesar salad with grilled chicken on it. But then you douse it with about 2 gallons of dressing. Cream dressing at that. Okay? Yeah, please do. Please do.
No, you can add something because I'm busting.
I know you are. I know you are. You're rumbling over here.
It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
Because when I started fasting like 3 times a month now, I
Mm-hmm.
mean a complete fast, like 24 hours, sometimes 30 hours. But I came to realize that sometimes when you're working so hard throughout the day, people say, "Oh, I didn't eat all day, or I forgot to eat."
That's so good, though.
Right.
Yeah. And when you realize it, like, well, I just fasted for like 18 hours, maybe 20 hours. So once I wake up, I used to do the same thing, breakfast and all like that. But now if I do have breakfast, it might be oatmeal with fruit.
See, you know what? And I'm glad you said that because.
And I skip lunch.
Good.
And I probably won't have anything for maybe another 12, 14 hours. And it might be a smoothie and a sandwich. Or vice versa, I'll just have a smoothie in the morning. And then I'll have like dinner around like 7 o'clock.
Right.
But I'm talking about like if you have like smoothie at 8 o'clock, I'm talking about there's like a 10, 12 hour gap.
That's right. From the last time you shoot. Exactly.
Yeah.
So see, here's the problem. Everything in America is big, big. You go to the diner. What do people recommend restaurants for? They say, "Oh, go to this diner because they give you a lot of food." Because they give you a plate this big, this way bigger than the size of your stomach. Your stomach is really, it's like this. It's the size of your fist. So if you have a plate that's this big, you got like 6 fists that can fit on that plate. Okay? So you're fitting all that food on that. You get this big colossal, and we don't go to restaurants. We don't order just, small because, we don't want anybody looking, what's wrong with you? You're not eating. We look down on people who don't eat a lot.
No, I don't care anymore.
I know people that do.
Yeah.
That's the thing about America. And
I order 3 sides. I'll say I want the broccoli, and people look at me like you're crazy. I'm like,
well, you're not going to eat.
Good.
Well, you came all the way to the restaurant for you not to eat.
So I got to talk about
talk about the food pyramid
and the food pyramid.
Talk about the food pyramid,
okay.
And I'll get back to my other stuff.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, guys, I want to talk about fasting real quick first. Mm-hmm. Fasting saved my life.
Good.
Colon cancer. I was 30 years old. I was really thin and very, very sick. I went away to Tennessee. Mm-hmm. I got certified under a man at the time called George Malcolmus, who they sent him home to die, saved himself from fasting. I have gone, and I have a colonic system in my home and everything. I really went extreme with it. Mm-hmm. Fasted on distilled water for 2 months. It saved my life. Nothing, not a supplement, nothing. Locked myself in my house.
Wow.
2 months. And then I fasted once a year for 1 month just on water for the next 15, 20 years.
Wow.
Okay, so fasting is
amazing.
Talk about
resetting your body.
Resetting your body unbelievably. Yeah. We are lied to when we're told we need 3 meals a day.
That's the biggest lie in the world.
Our ancestors never had 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
So the food pyramid, okay?
Yeah, talk about that food pyramid. Bring that out.
All right, so hold on, guys. I'm going to bring a picture out for you.
That's the biggest lie ever purported in the dietary industry.
All right, so where's my food pyramid? Here it is. All right, guys. So show this photo.
Okay.
And also
everybody see that?
All right. And then also show that. Okay, that's fine.
Okay,
well,
let me read the levels on that so everybody can get that. Level 1 on the bottom there is telling you need to have 6 to 11 servings of bread, cereal, pasta, and rice. Now, first of all, that's the biggest lie because everybody I know that has that amount of carbs, what are they ready to do? Go to sleep. Okay? Level 2. Mm-hmm. Now, this is sad because they're telling you need to have less fruits and vegetables than you do bread, pasta, rice, and cereal. Okay. This is sad. Level 3. 2 or 3 servings of milk, yogurt, and cheese. Oh, that's something to back you up. Okay. For those of you who are lactose intolerant, don't believe this. Okay, level 4, fats, oils, and sweets. Okay. Dr. Atkins would love that. I'm pretty sure he's rolling his grave.
So now, let me explain something. I want you to also hold this up again when I say this because then they can get a visual of what I'm saying.
Good.
Hold that up a minute.
All right.
Okay. Even though, guys, dairy is at the top, not so much right there. What do your eyes go to immediately when you see it? We tend to think the top is the most important. So our eyes automatically go to the dairy, right? So when you're a child, you think, oh my gosh, I have to have a lot of dairy. And so do a lot of adults because that's how they did it purposely.
Well, you
like
remember
that.
back in the 80s, the whole campaign was milk does the body good.
So let me tell you guys where the food pyramid came from. The
Please
food
talk about
pyramid was an advertisement from the dairy industry. And that is why the milk carton is so close to the top, because your eyes go there. So the dairy industry got in touch with a big corporation, for what do you call it? The government.
Big Pharma.
No.
Oh, the Food and Drug Administration.
Yes. All right.
FDA.
Yes. And said, we can all make a lot of money on this.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their advertisement. And the government said, let's make it the food pyramid for the schools. So not only do they not care about what these kids are eating, I was also involved in a school system. And I tried to change what they were doing, even with desserts.
Wow.
And they wouldn't allow it. So I'm here to tell you that the food pyramid is disgusting. And it was an advertisement from the dairy industry that gave kickbacks to the government to instill that in school systems. And that is what your children are eating.
So that's why they serve milk with every lunch at schools.
Every single lunch. They must serve milk, and that is why.
Yeah. There, as a matter of fact, that is one of the things they tell you at the end of the lunch line, take your milk.
That's right. They get kickbacks.
Yeah, of course they do.
Now, here's the worst part about all this. It was bad enough 15 years ago, 20 years ago. Now, add GMOs into the mix. So it's not even real.
No.
It's not fresh dairy. It's So not only now is the dairy industry giving kickbacks for the milk that's being sold, served to the kids, it's not even milk anymore.
No.
Okay?
It's like bleached cow pus.
That's right.
That's pretty much what it is. That's what it is. Sorry to say and make it sound so graphic.
But that's
what it is. In order to get people's attention, you got to take the blinders off. You got to tell them the truth. And you're eating bleached cow pus, and you're giving that to your baby, you're giving that to your kids. And the sad part about it is that the only milk that any human is supposed to drink is milk from their mother.
That's right.
Okay? Let the cows take care of their own children.
Do you know that we're the only animal that drinks
from another animal? How dumb is that?
How dumb is that?
Yeah.
How dumb is that?
Yeah. And the thing is, every other animal, once weaned off the mother, they never go back to milk.
And I'm going to just say this also. I'm going to reference something because I'm sure a lot of you out there that are listening are thinking this. My grandparents lived to 100.
Oh, of course.
And they drank milk and they ate meat and they ate dairy. I'm going to tell you why. And you're right. And they probably smoked.
Please touch on that. Yeah.
Okay. So my grandmother lived to 100, actually. She came from Italy on a farm.
Yep.
And my grandmother came here, I guess, in her 30s. So the first 30 years of her life, her entire life was all farm-raised food. When they slaughtered their cows that were fed good stuff and given vitamin D from the real sun, and they ate grass that didn't have any chemicals on it.
Right.
Okay. So when they served the steak to their family, because that cow had to last the entire year.
Yes.
Each person got a little tiny piece.
Not a big slab, just big enough for 2 plates.
And the milk that came from the cow they used for baking and stuff, but it was raw milk. It wasn't
pasteurized and homogenized.
Processed.
Yes. Yeah.
And their tobacco, they grew their own tobacco. There was no chemicals in it. So even the wine, my grandfather, they brought their barrels over from Italy. They made their own wine. Yep. So it was grape juice, fermented.
Yes.
From the grapes on their trees, guys.
And guess what? That was the real organic stuff.
That's right.
Because let me give you a little secret. The stuff that you buy in the grocery store now, that is certified.
Well, I got to tell you a little bit about that. Say what you have to say.
It's certified organic. That is controlled by Monsanto.
Not all. I learned something I want to share with you.
Okay, good.
I learned something because you said that on the other show. And, I did a little bit of research and I learned something.
Okay.
For the most part, if you see labels that just say organic, he is 100% right.
Right.
Absolutely. But the lobbyists for the real organic have really come together here. So if you see the label that is green, the green one that says USDA grade, it really is supposed to be all organic.
Okay.
But if you just see a label that says organic, don't buy it.
Yeah.
If you see a label that says natural,
well, here's the other thing. I also learned, I think I tagged you in this on the other day, the numbering system on produce.
That's right.
Okay. Now,
I have it here.
if you go in to buy produce, you see it on apple, orange, whatever. If you see the 4-digit number that starts with a 4, that most likely is
GMO.
the one with
4 is not right.
The 4 is not. The 4 is naturally grown, but it has been sprayed with
And
pesticides.
I have the one with the numbers too.
The one that starts with a 3 or an 8 is the one that is a GMO. It's a hybrid fruit. It's not real. Such as when you're buying watermelon in December, watermelon doesn't naturally grow in December.
That's right.
That is a genetically modified
Talk
organism.
about that. That's right.
Because the thing about it, when I was a kid, you never saw fruits all year long. It was a fruit that was grown in that season. In the summer, it was blueberries, it was watermelon, it was cherries. Right. It was the things that actually, peaches, apricots, stone fruits that grew naturally during the summer months. You don't get those fruits all year long. Every season yields its own fruit. In the wintertime, you get mostly root vegetables. A lot of root vegetables. Right. Less fruits. You get more. Maybe you get apples and pears and things like that.
Think about our grandparents. What did they make in the winter? Soups and stews.
That's it.
They knew.
They knew because they used the root vegetables.
But no one had to tell them anything.
Nobody had to tell them.
There was no
Google. Because it's what nature provided.
But they knew. They even knew they could tell you. Starve a fever and feed a cold.
Feed a cold, right.
They knew.
Yeah. Well, it was what nature provided. They followed the system in nature. Listen, nature is so perfect.
It is perfect.
And the Creator created nature to be so perfect.
Right.
If you follow the system, you follow how everything follows a cycle, except us. We're the only ones who want to veer off the path. Everything follows a cycle. The birds fly south for the winter. The squirrels put their nuts in the tree for the winter. The bears hibernate. Everything follows a system except for hard-headed mankind, humankind. We don't follow it. We just want to veer. We want to do everything we want to do. We want to create stuff in the chemical labs and feed it to mice and give it to our kids and all this stuff. And that's why we're all jacked up. It's sad. It's really sad. We don't follow the system that the Creator made for us. Nature's so perfect. You don't have to veer off it. You drink. Your body is 75% water. You're supposed to drink water.
Water and lemon.
Water.
Use lemon.
If you want to alkalize it, like my cousin said, use lemon or lime. Key limes will alkalize water. You don't have to buy the $4,000 machine that they're telling you to buy to alkalize your water, because more than likely that $4,000 machine is adding some type of chemical to alkalize the water.
What you guys also have to understand is this, okay? Mm-hmm. There is a caller. Yeah. No, go ahead.
No, okay. Bring him on. Yeah, please. Who's calling? Yeah. Hello. Welcome to Freedom Truth Radio. Who's calling? Oh, we got him. Who's that?
Hey, Vince.
Hey.
What's up, bro?
Hey, is this Big Larry?
Yeah,
hey, what's going on, man? This is my big brother. We used to cook together. This is my
Big
man.
Larry.
This guy been cooking. You put anything in front of him, he can cook it. What's going on, man?
Listen, y'all doing such a good job. I've been enjoying the conversation, especially about the breakfast and all the bad food and the things that we need to do, not only as a family, as a people.
Yes.
To eat the right things to counter the cancers.
Yes.
Definitely the cancer, lupus and all that, you know. I think about it like I lost my dad's prostate cancer. And I just lost another relative. She's 59.
Wow.
And she died of cancer. And I'm like wondering, does a lot of this stuff have to do with the diet that we're eating?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely. This high caloric diet with all this dairy in it, this heavy meat, and the sugar.
Yep.
So, like, I'm definitely going to be there supporting you and sister. She got it on the cap. You just tell her to keep on talking.
Okay.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the sister. I love it. I'm your sister. This is so cool.
Yeah.
You can come back from a disease.
Yes.
You have to change your diet.
You do have to change your diet. Yes. See?
You know what I have for breakfast? You know what we do, Eddie.
Yeah.
I have a smoothie, a fruit smoothie.
That's it, bro.
With just a tablespoon of organic honey every morning.
There you
I
go.
love it.
There you
I
go,
love
man.
this guy.
Yeah. Larry know the deal. He knows the deal.
I come to work. I go to work at 5:45, and I work from 5:45 all the way to 2 o'clock. In between that area, what I do is I drink water. Mm-hmm. Free, clean water.
That's it.
I'm around like I'm 18. I'm 60.
There you go. And let me tell you. No, he's right. Because Larry, let me tell you something. He outworks some of these 20 years.
How old is Larry?
60.
Larry, you sound amazing.
Yeah. Larry will outwork any 22-year-old you put in front. I'm telling you right now.
Larry.
He will outwork him. He'll work circles around him.
I got to tell you something about cancer. I'm also now a nutritional health coach. I will give you free advice. Get me on Facebook because I'll email you some stuff about cancer. I want to share this, okay? What's heartbreaking is we all lose people to cancer, and people think they get cancer. They do not get cancer. We are born with cancer cells, right? So this is how it works, Larry. We produce 1 million cancer cells a day, and our body fights 1 million cancer cells a day. But here's why. If your body's alkaline, it can fight the cancer cells off.
Right.
But when your body becomes acidic because of all this crap, and especially sugar and the garbage, that's when your body can no longer fight it.
Can't fight it.
And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. So we got to make sure our pH is alkaline.
That's right.
So I can send you a lot of information, Larry. You sound like man.
Larry knows the deal.
Get me on Facebook.
I'll tag you, Larry, on her page, and then you can just hit her up and get some information from her.
So great.
That's great. You guys keep up the good work. I'm looking forward for the information. All right?
Thank you, brother.
All right, now. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for calling in. All right.
Larry's great.
Listen, we are running out of time, and we might have to do a part 3 of the show.
We need a part 6.
Yeah, I know, right? So, for those of you who want to get more information and want to get some of these, you know what? Can you email me like a copy of all these? Because I got some people that were asking for the screenshots of the things we posted about the pyramids, the vaccines, all that stuff.
Can I make you copies? I'm not good with technology.
That's fine.
All right, because I kind of
make me copies.
Oh, you know what? If I have them still on my phone, I'll text them to you.
Text them to me, and I'll put them on my page.
Then you can do it.
You guys that wanted to get information about these, the vaccines and the food.
Oh, I can send you information about that, but I'll text you these photos.
And then what I'll do is I'll post them up, and you guys feel free to reach out to myself or Jerry if you want information about food, about the research we've done about the food industry, about Big Pharma. Because we ran out of time before we got to even talk about the medicinal effects of the pharmaceutical industry and the things. You know, when you guys see those late night commercials and they talk about the one medicine that you should take and it gives you 10 more side effects for the one thing that you're trying to get rid of. Terrible. Stay away from all of those. Terrible. Because, you know, those are just legalized drugs. Terrible. These are legalized drugs. They want to stop cannabis from being, which is a medicinal herb. You know, I don't recommend smoking it because I don't purport that.
I don't either.
However, it is a medicinal herb from the earth, and it will cure cancer if you drink it as a tea, or if you use it as a salve or a tincture. It's a very medicinal herb, and it can help you. Now, when you smoke it, I don't agree with smoking it because what happens is the THC gets burned and it affects your brain cells. So that's why I don't recommend smoking weed. You know, so if anybody says, "Oh, he agrees with smoking," no, I do not. The herb cannabis is a plant that has never been wrong in anybody's creation. That's right. Okay, that's a plant that the Most High created for, and in the scripture he says, "I have given you every herb bearing seed for meat." That's right. And the herbs are given for the healing of the nations. Read your Bible again. It's in there. Okay? So, cannabis is a medicinal herb that you can use as a tea or a tincture or as an oil, and it will cure you from any ailment that you have. That's why they want to stop it.
The Bible says, "I give you your nuts and your seeds as your meat."
As your meat. Absolutely.
You're absolutely 3,000% correct. I just want to say this, that I just had the same conversation with my cousin, Mom.
Oh, yeah.
And we just had the exact same conversation
on
the film shoot today.
Good.
And I was like, you should, I said, do you think, smoking will help more than anything. I said, well, take an example like when you boil your vegetables in the water. Because anything you burn,
that's right.
It'll get purified, but also when you burn things, it goes anything you burn burns away.
Right.
Yeah, it might be on the smoke, but I believe if you have the oil, something like that, if you have like a toothache or whatever,
yes,
big,
yes,
I think that will have a more adverse effect.
Absolutely.
Than smoking.
Sure.
I mean, if you want to smoke it's fine. But like people with cancer and stuff like that, and they're trying to heal themselves.
Right.
But I think you're actually burning the nutrients away.
Oh, you are, and not only that, you're changing the chemical compound.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
you're changing it, so it
That's
does
right.
a different. It gives the body an adverse reaction.
That's right.
So I think there is a definite big difference between taking the oil base or
yes,
the tea.
That's right.
Because even the tea form, you're not burning; it's just dried up
that's right.
And it purposes water, like you're boiling vegetables.
That's right.
And you're drinking it.
That's right.
And you're ingesting it, right? So you do, right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to say that one last thing about something important, because when we reference the Bible, if someone out there doesn't believe in God, I want you to understand why what we're saying is still truth, regardless of that.
Yes.
Because the Bible was still written by man back then, and they knew back then.
Yeah.
So when there was directions for the Jews not to eat pork, there was a reason why, because the pig cannot get rid of toxins. It's the only animal.
No.
So the pig's only purpose was to clean everyone's farms. So they ate all the crap. That was their only purpose.
Right.
And they also told the Jews, do not eat shellfish, do not eat lobsters and crabs and all that.
Because they are bottom feeders and clean the crap from the ocean.
And that's the only purpose. And one last thing about lobsters, do you know that they were prisoners' food?
Yeah.
Lobster was prisoners' food because they knew better back then. And they said, it's such garbage, the prisoners will eat it. So the lobster industry decided to make us idiots. Okay,
and then you go to the restaurant, you pay $60 for it
because we're all stupid. But the point is, it has nothing to do with God. There was references in that book that were truth, that held truth.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, everyone who has joined in and listened to us on the Freedom Truth Radio Show. Whether you listen to us by Facebook or YouNow or even on YouTube. I think our YouTube got cut off, but we have to do part 3 because we have so much more to touch on.
Yes.
And I guess we'll figure out when that show will be. It may be next Sunday because the show that I was supposed to do on cryptocurrency, actually, we end up having to move that around. So
I'll look at my calendar.
I'll find out and I'll get in touch with you, and we may have to do a part 3. So for those of you that listened, thank you for tuning in. Tune in to us next Sunday. I'll post what we're talking about, whether it be that or another cryptocurrency show. I'm not sure. However, whatever it is, it'll be good content and something I'm sure you haven't heard before. And hopefully we can enlighten those who have not heard this information. Anything that we say on here has fully been researched and is verifiable evidence. If you'd like to get information, we will be glad to send you references, be glad to send you websites to check out, be glad to send you books to read. Get at myself. My page is Vincent E. Scott, or you can check out the Freedom Truth Radio Show page, or you can get on Jerry's page, Jerry Petito Live. She's on there, or even just look us up on HamiltonRadio.net.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Good night. We will see you next week.
Awesome. Wow. What a great show. Yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah, it was. Really good.
Powerful.